Did I end up with the center? I do have centering. Yes, I have every utility science tech, so yes, I have access to centering, and that's going to be one of the little things that we do going forward is like transitioning everything uh to centering and all of that good stuff. All of that fantastic stuff. This I don't even just get rid of. Excuse me, but yes, this can be mined. Thanks. You there. Go that way. Give me back all of those belts. Each unit of the belts, by the way, that I'm using is consuming a level 1, a level 2, and a level 3 module, speed module, and all the implications of that. Wait, really? Yeah, that needs to be there. Oops. That one I need. Yeah, each one of these little gray belts consumes a Mark 1, a Mark 2, and a Mark 3 speed module. But they go fast. They go 450. They go 450 per items per second for these. Unfortunately, the loader mechanic, in case you haven't been paying attention to, or haven't been here for the past several streams, as it turns out, I have discovered that loaders are limited to one item per tick at fastest per lane. So it's 60 per lane or 120 items per second for loaders to load or unload. Yes, it is the fastest possible speed on, at the very least, the Deadlocks loaders here, using the vanilla loader mechanic, is 120 items per second. Yeah, it's weird. I did the check of this. I did an experiment. I still have some belt somewhere around here, I thought. Right here. So right here, we can see that this is moving at 450 items per second. It's reading from here and being multiplied by 60. It's a floating point that it's trying to display, and it can't because circuits are integer based. So it's cycling between the value of 7 and 8. Yeah, so it's every frame. One frame is 7, one frame is 8, so it's the average of it, and we can't actually properly display a integer average between two numbers because it's just flipping between them. So this is flipping between 60 times 7 and 60 times 8, so it's halfway between that, or 450. And it can only get that 450 by having a sufficient number of loaders going into the storehouse here. If I only had one loader, it would be 120 on this belt. If I had two, it would be 240, etc., until you hit the limit of the belt. This does not apply to Deadlock's belt boxes, because the belt boxes behave a little bit differently. Those are the fastest loaders? No. But these particular loaders are supposed to be able to do, or shall we say, these particular loaders are supposed to be able to do 180 items per second, but they can only do 120. So it's not actually worth me making the faster loaders because they can't possibly load any faster than 120. So this particular loader is the only, or the first loader that is above 120 or equal to 120. It just happens to be 180. So that's what I've been using. Why spend additional resources making the fastest possible belt when I can just not do that thing. I have a paste of not the full thing. All right, sure, why not? There we go. Yes, right there. Hot air, power, wire. So, excuse me, I must not have any available hot airs. They're all moving? They're all moving. Yay. Good to see. They're all moving. All 5 of them with their 75k tanks are all moving. Wonderful. They'll probably be moving forever. And I will need more of them, most likely. But we shall see. We shall see about that. I'm just going to connect down from there. And that'll be that fixed, so you can be deleted. Anything else needing hot air? I need one over here on bedding. And I need aluminium. So let's head in that direction. There's several places that need hot air. Like, even down at the molybdenum. We're going to be here for a little while making these train stations. Not the most thrilling of gameplay, but hey, what are we going to do while I wait for King Arthur to update Pyblock, which, by the way, hasn't had a commit in GitHub since February, before Alien Life. Alright. Same song and dance over in this direction. Over in this direction. Blame the pandemic. In fact, actually, I would think that there would be more time to work on this during the current situation. Speaking of which, is there news yet about the Supreme Court? I've been paying attention to these things. Has that been a thing yet? Okay, that now we know. Okay, so it's one but not the other. All right. Interesting. Very interesting. I'll have to look at that in more detail. Ha! So King's been working for more hours and not less. All right. Sure. 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 Where am I looking? Where am I looking? This. You are not correct. I can use you. Yes. This thing. This one. This one is the correct one. I can use this one. Hello. You are correct. Just make sure I have things. Oh yeah, my income is like non-existent by comparison to what it was. It is frustrating to say the least. I've like I already was operating on a shoestring of a budget, but now it's like, oh, this is not nice. This is going to be bedding, hot air. I'm realizing I haven't actually changed the names of those other things. My what list? Bulk.lua? I didn't even know what that is. I don't even know what file that is or where it's located. Oh, how am I loading the fiber and cocoons? Oh, the the circuit stuff. I'm using bulk rail loaders. Yeah, that's bulk rail loaders. I've attached wires to them. They're basically just chests of stuff. I need to go back to my mall to unload some of this crap in my inventory. Yeah, this is the bulk rail loaders mod. What do you mean? Normally you can't load that stuff. Like you can't use loaders on trains. Yeah, that's a thing. But the bulk rail loader slash unloader is not a loader. It is a warehouse with really fast inserters in the way that it works. And you can use loaders to load and unload the warehouse. So it's getting around the inability to use loaders on trains by having this object here use really fast inserters to load a chest, basically, a really big chest, or unload into the train from a really big chest with the inserter mechanic, and then it allows you to unload from that chest or load into that chest on that object rather than the train. On what can or can't be bulk loaded in the loaders mod, I don't know. I've never had any issue whatsoever, and I don't know about bulk rail unloaders having settings. Where would it even be for bulk rail loaders? Allowed items any. Right here, there. Allowed items any map setting for bulk rail loaders. I would think that that would be your default option. It's either or on plates or any, and any allows any. Default is or. Not when I downloaded it, I don't think. Or it was such a insignificant thing that I just blocked it out of my mind because it was just so fast of a change that I made that it just wasn't a thought that I had. I just simply did the thing to change it to any, because why the F would I only want to use it for any ores or plates? Like, no. I don't even know why it would be a default option to... Wait, this used hot air where? Oh, here. Right, the drying of the grod. The drying of the grod needs hot air to make my bedding. So yeah, with everything that's been going on lately, there's really good reasons why I say have been trying to get people to go to Patreon. That's definitely been a driving factor behind all these things. Uh, Trying to give rewards for people joining on Patreon. Sadly, very sadly, I did have one person, one of my $1 people, has set themselves not to renew going into August. Which is exactly why I have my goals set to a number of people, by the way, because attrition will happen, and I'd rather have lot of people supporting, because either way the attrition is going to happen, and I'd rather it not be that significant of the amount of support that drops when it does happen. So yeah, that's one of the reasons to be based off of the support. Whoa, that is a lot. Thank you for the gift subs. How many was that? 10. Thank you so much for that. A reminder that what to 50. Shared a gift to 50. What, like, oh god, it's gonna spam all these other thingies. I got an emote. Thank you. I got an emote. I got Pride Heart R. Lots of people got emotes. Yes, so 50 others got emotes for the gift subs. Thank you so much for that. I broke the thing. It's gonna do this for the 10 individuals who just got gift subs. Yay! Thank you so much for that. That's awesome. That is amazing. I'm just trying to think, because I'm very grateful. It's just that, again, Twitch only pays out once you've accrued a certain amount of money, and it's 15 days after the month ending. So I won't actually see this for some time. But thank you so much for all of that. Gosh, there's lot. Wow, it's still going. It's not even in my list anymore. My feed doesn't actually list all 10. It's listing 7 out of them. Wow. Thank you for all that. We're still getting alerts. We're still getting Did it actually just break the alerts because it's still going? Because it's still going. Has it stopped yet? Has it stopped yet? Wow. I think we're good. I think we're good now. So that went to Ave 2080. Nice. Sprute Surjectivity. Jedi 9. Immortal. Dexmark. Rob. And Minaduki Ray. It's actually more like Minazuki Ray, but the spelling of it out. It's a Japanese name, by the way, but it actually puts what it translates to in English, but I don't like that it used D, because it's not actually a D U on that symbol. It's a little bit closer to Z. It's a T. No, it is D, actually. No, I don't think it is D, but it's a little bit different than a true D sound. More like a DZ, I think, is what it's supposed to be. Anyway, thank you for all of that. I need more hot air in locations. I need it in my aluminium, because, yeah, Duralumin, I guess, at some point will eventually run dry. Maybe. I need this Pulp 1, so I will not need the hot air to produce Pulp 1, but I will need it to produce aluminium. Hey, I am declining in the aluminium. So we need the hot air again. Do I need hot air anywhere else nearby? No. I do not need it nearby. I don't have it nearby. I was going to try to delete some of this, I guess, down there for the glass. Alright, where is this going? Right there. How am I going to bring this in this stupid train station? This is a very idiotic train station. Why did I build this way? All right, that's the one. That's the one. Get rid of those. Get rid of those, please, so that I can, I guess, just go bring that over. Put in my wonderful doohickeys. Oh, hey, we got more mining productivity. Even more mining productivity. Shall I continue or try to get the 32,000 units for another worker robot speed? I think, oh, I don't know. Let's go with the more productivity. Sure, why not? Why the heck not? Why the heck not? What is my current science per minute? Probably close to 0 until I get all of this hot air flowing again. But it was 60. Let's do a science pack. There. The stuff. 60 on mill, above 60 on production, couple hundred on automation. A bit of space, a bit of chem, a bit of utility, a bit of pi. I don't need mill anymore, but the point was to get 60 per minute or 1 per second of all of them. The point was to get the production motion of 1 per second across all of them, and it looks like it has. In fact, at this point, I'm actually literally voiding mill science and pi science because the infinite techs don't all use the mill science and they don't use pi science. So at this point, once you get all of your pi science techs, you don't need to make any more, like at all, because there is no infinite tech that uses pi science, which is a little weird. I don't even know what you could make an infinite tech that uses pi science. Like what would be a thing that would need an infinite pi science tech? I don't know. Because the purpose of these infinite sciences is to consume your science packs, right? It's to keep the consumption going. Anyway, let's get that sorted, and that sorted. And I am going to grab from somewhere, probably from you. Is that even the... Yes, that is properly the rotation. I need to copy that for use there. It's God Module 5, not 8. There's only 5 levels of God Modules. It's just it displays the graphics for 8 because it's the top tier, but it is still better than the level 8 modules of the other stuff. Which, yeah, because the level 8 raw productivity is only 40% productivity, not 50. Which is a little weird. That's the only real reason why I'm using God Modules. I don't really care actually about the speed that they give or the energy consumption reduction. I don't even have pollution, so of course I don't care about that. I don't care about the effectivity or the speed parts of this. I just care about the fact that it is 50% productivity rather than 40% productivity. That is the only reason. Although, yes, it is still 200% speed versus 160 for the level 8 raw speed module, and it's 100% on the energy consumption, but that's pointless because it's capped at minus 80 anyway. There's no point to having minus 100 at all. None whatsoever. It should just be 60. Or 80. It should just be 80. No reason at all to be more than that. Especially with these settings that I have going right now. Let's get that sorted, and that will be that. That will be that. That should be... I need that and that to properly signal. So we are signaled. Well, if you're using classic speed modules, but raw speed modules. But raw speed modules don't have the energy consumption increase on them. But yeah, it doesn't have the energy consumption increase on anything. So with my current settings, it doesn't matter. And my current settings are designed specifically to keep my 60 frames per second, right? It's designed specifically so that I can maintain a solid frame rate. If I didn't have any of the Bob's modules, if I was using just vanilla modules, the number of entities that I would require to have this level of production in my current base, I would not have this frame rate, right? I would be down in the 30s in my frame rate right now. If that. The entity reduction, yes, it does also reduce the amount of just ore, ultimately, that you need, but through all the productivity chaining. But even then, it's like, it's worth the reduction in entity count just to have the frame rate. Just to have the frame rate. And I haven't actually gone through much of this base yet to adjust the entity count even further. Like, we're still dipping, looking at the full base with the electric network on it, just to get an idea about the electric network. It shows the train tracks, I think, a little bit better by showing the electric network here, because I've got it running along train tracks. But you can actually see the train tracks when I don't have the grid on, to get another idea of how things are operating. Okay, I need more hot air in more places. I need hot air here. I need it here. How am I going to get it here? And do I need it anywhere else around here? I don't think so. And that may be one of the last places outside of... Oh, methanol. Methanol is very important. I think I'm going to go do that one first. Yeah, I'm going to do that one first and then go over to Molly. Don't think I need any over here. Did I need it for titanium? No, I didn't do it for titanium. I need it for tin. That's the thing. I need it for tin and I need it for nichrome. This one, I think, is going to be best to have a single station somewhere between these. Maybe I'll tack on this little quote-unquote oil depot here, because I have this bypass line. Just tack on the request there for the hot air and just send it down and up to those locations. I have taken care of that one. So yeah, that's the next things, and I think that'll be it between the nickel, tin, moly, and methanol. Then we can move on to the glass fixing. We can move on to the glass fixing. Because there's a lot to fix with the glass, and that is what is ultimately going to be limiting my production of science going forward. because glassware. Because glassware. Full stop. Glassware is the most annoying thing. It is definitely a thing that I will use hot air for. Like, that is the number one best item of all of the glass stuff to have hot air enabled for. That is definitely glassware. Why? Because latex, in particular. In particular, latex. That's why. Okay. Welcome to methanol. I need the input station, and I can use the full doohickey for that if it's still in my stuffs. It is just barely still in my stuffs. I need to move that. Yes, I could tell that that was in the way without having to actually try. I could very easily tell that that was in the way. Oh, I am. Oh, okay. Good. Good. Very nice. I have the things. I was about to think, do I still have the things? No, I am okay. I need to get rid of stuff from this inventory that I do not need. Yeah, I can get rid of those gas refineries, that's fine. Get rid of that. Just get rid of, I don't know, lots of things. Lots of things can die. I have that saved as a blueprint. Interesting. You there. I need your hot air. Bring me my hot air. All of my hot air. And then I'll have methanol. And then I will have plastic. Because my plastic is using steam produced from methanol. Speaking of plastic, hello. Have all the plastic. All of the plastic. Limited only by the amount of steam that I'm using. Yes, I have ticked that check mark on Bob's modules that lets you use productivity on literally everything. I think that might be obvious at this point, but there is a check mark in Bob's modules under startup setting. Productivity limitations. Right there. That setting for productivity limitations. That is the setting to disable. That will allow you to use it in any recipe. However, I am not using it on a lot of stuff. I'm not using productivity on a lot of things. In particular, a lot of the just fluid stuff. Because, well, a lot of the fluid stuff, it has loops that are a potential that to happen when you have productivity to make fluids, as well as anything that is producing feedback of some sort, like the slaughterhouses that give back cages. Oh, has that gone through yet, by the way? The, it was the pups. The Dingrit pup. No, not the Dingrit pup. What am I thinking? It's the Dingrit Rika recipe. It has not. So the Rika Dingrits have been modified in the GitHub to only output 2 units of Dingrit on the recipes here. I think it's the not growth factor, or both of them. Actually, not one of these maybe went down to 2, and then they now have the cages, the actual cage input, because these were missing the input of cages to make your improved Dingrits. That was a rather important thing that needed to change. That needed improvement. Let's see. I'm here just to clean out some of this stuff from my inventory, primarily. And then we can head on over towards the direction of Molly. Beautiful, glorious, wonderful Molly. Molybdenum. 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 Also, I want to, like, just laugh and put down a rocket silo that's actually bringing in satellites. Can we do this thing? Can I actually do this thing? That's one thing I wanted to see, actually. Is just just copy with all the nice productivity. Get all of those copied because it's identical. Get that down. Satellite. Let's see if this is actually giving me proper amounts of stuff. It should wait for cargo. It has cargo. It is launching. So, are you going to actually give me space science if I launch you? That's a thing that would be good to know. Do you give space science still? What do you give? You give the space science still. Good to know. Good to know that still gives space science. I'm gonna let it continue giving me space science. Why? Because it's cheaper than quantum computing. That's why. Recently, satellite rocket launch stuff was actually made cheaper in light of the Tholen overhaul. And as a result of that, it made space science cheaper through rocket launching of satellites. Yeah. So that's a thing to be aware of. How in the world am I going to add another thing here? I know exactly how I'm going to add another thing here. It's just I need a... These are Mark IIIs. Wow, okay. Time for bacon. Bacon! I need the bacon. Hello, bacon. Make these the equivalent of, like, 9, 10, 10.6 of them, so I don't need as many. And they're not as in the way. I need to actually clear out you, and all of these things. I need to send that like so. I need to move this. Ugh, of course. Of course. Of course it would be the corner. The actual corner. Okay. Yeah, it's still gonna be in the way. So you are going to be deleted. And the reason is because none of this needs to exist anymore. None of this stuff all down here, all of this can be just deleted at this point, but I don't have the inventory space to actually delete it at this point. So there's that. Whoops. There we go. Just one tile back and we are fine.